And good morning, hockey fans from Pittsburgh Ice Arena in New Kensington, Pennsylvania. This is a semifinal game of the ATC Schools Out tournament. A rematch from last night, Central PA Broncos taking on the Pittsburgh Aviators in what was an incredibly physical game last night. After 24 hours off before Game 3, we only had 12 hours off before Game 4. So I'm joined in the virtual broadcast booth with our Rickety Bench special guest, the voice of 14U Icers, Keystone Wild, now Mid-State Mustangs, goalie mom extraordinaire, Hailee Merrill, calling play-by-play. Now, Hailee, this is a semifinal game and a rematch. Win or go home.
Yep.
Championship game this afternoon back at Alpha.
Yep, at 2:30.
And not to be a pessimist, but it is not the same sheet of ice at Alpha, actually. They're going to be on the Europe sheet of ice instead of the USA sheet of ice. That's okay, we can't complain. We were spoiled being on that USA rink for 2 games in this tournament. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. This is the 2-3, 2 seed versus 3 seed playoff game. The 1 versus 4 seed game is happening right now. Is that at Alpha? No, that's at South Point.
Yep, that's at South Point.
So that one's happening well south of the city. This one's happening well north of the city. And yes, winners of each of those games, we're hoping Broncos are one of them, but winners of those games will meet at 2:30 this afternoon at Alpha for the championship game. And I'm gonna make sure we're connected to comments on YouTube and Facebook, so say hello in the comments. Now we are starting about 15 minutes early, so I don't know if we'll have many comments early. I mean, folks were expecting a 9:30 start, so we'll see. You know, if you're subscribed to the Rickety Bench YouTube channel, you would get a notification that we were starting. Just saying.
And the Broncos will be in their orange and blue uniforms, and then the Aviators will be in their kind of navy blue uniforms with the goalies in red.
Yep, so just like last night, this is 12 hours to wait for the rematch in what was an incredibly physical game, and so I would expect that the hitting will continue right away in this game. It all depends on, are they going to officiate the game the same way as well? Because if you remember, Hailee, Game 2 was incredibly tightly officiated, and
Yep.
They weren't letting them play physical at all. Whereas, yeah, Game 3 last night was a slugfest.
And it'll also be interesting to see what the penalties will be, because when we were here for Game 2, it was 1:30, but all the other penalties were 2 minutes.
Yep, and then we had the occasional delayed offsides last night. So it's really tournament rules roulette here. You just don't know what the penalty time is going to be and what some of the rules are going to be. And look at that, 13 minutes on the clock for the period instead of 15.
Yeah, oh, they just changed it to 15.
All right, I jumped the gun there. I should have given them a second to make sure they had things right. All right, 13 minutes on the clock, getting ready to start the first period here. Rematch, semifinal game, Broncos and Aviators. I'm talking a lot here in the intro because Hailee's going to be doing most of the talking here once the action gets going.
So Merrill's going to the right, or to the net on our right. We have Albert, Bilodeau, Luger, Steer, and Wadzinski out for the Broncos for our starting lineup.
All right, one more note about the goalie cam. The goalie cam is currently behind Merrill because I could only get to that side of the ice. So we're only going to have the offensive goalie cam for the second period when the Broncos are going left to right.
So the face-off.
We do have instant replay as well.
A quick dump into our zone. Merrill sheds it to his left. Wadzinski picks this up, sends it behind the net over to Steer. Steer picks it up and hits it hard and out of the zone. It was tipped. Albert's there, put some pressure along with Luger. Ooh, Luger goes down as he tries to get that, but still working to try to get that puck. Gets dumped down behind the net. Wadzinski will go there to pick it up.
Ooh.
He goes down, centering pass, but Albert picks this up. The Aviators send it back down, blocked by Wadzinski. Wadzinski has some time as the Aviators are going on a change. The Broncos take a change too, so
My goodness.
Wadzenski dumps it down. Oh, they had an Aviator kind of sneaking on that blue line. Shot wide in front of the net. The Aviators over along the boards, dump it down behind the net. Baker picks that up, changes directions over to Eichfeld. Eichfeld through the middle, sends it up towards Giesman, but gets deflected out by the Aviators. Knoll putting pressure along that board. Eichfeld putting pressure too. The Aviators come up with it momentarily. Good pressure by the Broncos though. So the Aviators take it behind the net. Good job by Davis to poke it out to the boards. The puck does leak out. Baker has some speed, gets to this puck, brings it into the zone. Baker's still fighting for that, but it gets pushed to the side. The Aviators have the puck, skate into the middle. They have some speed through the neutral zone. Fairman with a good job to break up that play. The Aviators dump it down. Knob will pick it up. Knob passes it over to Williams. Williams hits it out of the zone. Aviators pass it D to D. And then cross ice pass. Williams high puck up and out of the zone. Fairman skating hard to get to this puck. The Aviators do get it out before Williams poke checks it momentarily. Knob skating over towards the wall to get it. Rabideau trying to get the puck out of the zone, but the Aviators keep it in. Knob does get it out. The Aviators have to go back to get this puck as the Broncos go on a change. So good job by Luger putting pressure along that puck. The puck leaks behind the net. Steer sends it over to Wadzenski. Wadzenski, nice cross-ice pass to Bilodeau. Bilodeau over to Luger. Very nice passing by the Broncos. Luger brings it in, changes directions, centers it. Oh, it goes off with a skate, saved by the goalie.
Had Bilodeau streaking through the slot there. Couldn't connect on it though.
So Aviators cross-ice pass. Steer breaks that up. Steer gets hung up by the Aviators. The Aviators dump it down. Wadzenski will go collect the puck. Sends it up towards Albert. Unfortunately, the Aviators send it back down into the zone. Shot deflected by Steer. Oh, wrap around. That gets broken up.
Steer didn't have his stick. He jumped down with his hands to try to get that puck.
Shot deflected by Steer. Eichfeld putting pressure along the puck. D to D pass by the Aviators. Good job by Baker to break up that play. Davis collects this puck, sends it up along the boards to Baker. Baker around
Davis
the
drew
player.
a penalty, delayed penalty here.
So Merrill made it halfway to the bench.
All right, so we got, it was a very quick, not much of a delay on that delayed penalty. So Davis draws a tripping call there. We'll have to see if we can get a replay on it real quick here as they're kind of slow to get lined up here. Switching over to the replay. Here's Davis and yep, there's a trip. So
it looks like we're going to do minute 30 penalties this game.
All right.
Oh, nope, the ref is putting up 2 fingers. I think they're getting it changed.
To go to 2. Okay, all right. So at least the refs have been doing enough games in this tournament now that they know what it's supposed to be.
So we're going to have Fairman, Rabideau, Zorger, Davis, and Knoll out for the Broncos on their power play. We have 11:06 left in the first period.
That's more here on the
Oh,
wing.
sorry, more.
Yeah.
It's hard to see when the numbers are tucked in. 11:06 in the first period, score is still 0-0. So Davis dumps it down behind the net. More over along the board. The Aviators do get it out of the zone. Davis putting some pressure along that puck. The Aviators center it. Ooh, that was a close one, but thankfully not in the net. Fairman breaks out that play momentarily. Davis skating that puck out into the neutral zone. Brings it into the offensive zone, gets poke checked momentarily. Moore putting some pressure along that puck. The Aviators send it behind the net and around. Davis tries to keep it in, but it does leak out. He passes it over to Williams. Williams gets it around that player up to Fairman. Fairman regrouping, letting the Broncos get set up. Passes it over to Williams. Williams over to the board and pass in wide of the net. The Aviators bring this out and dump it down after they gain the red line. Williams sends it up to Giesman. The Aviators keep it in and send it back down.
Still got 35 seconds on the power play. Broncos do not have a shot on goal yet.
So Giesman passes it to Billadou in the middle. Billadou with a shot. Glove saved by the goalie. So 9:31 left in the first period, still 0-0. We have 25 seconds left on our power play.
All right, say hello in the comment section. We got Reed's West Virginia grandma watching.
So Eichfeld, Billadou, Giesman, Wadzenski, and Steer. So Steer keeps it in at the blue line.
Nice
Shot saved by the goalie. Ooh, still loose.
Yep. Excellent crashing in the net there by the Broncos. 16 more seconds on the power play. So I thought the goalie had that initially, but he did not. So.
Sorry, I have a step in front of you.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
So we're going to keep that same line out there. Face off now to the right of the goalie. The Aviators send it behind the net. Steer will keep this in and dumps it back down. Eichfeld will collect the puck along the boards, gets it around that player before he gets put into the boards. Steer will get this in the neutral zone. We're back to full strength for both teams. Giesman brings it in, changes directions, gets it over to Eichfeld. Eichfeld with a shot saved by the goalie. The Aviators try to get it out, but a good job by Eichfeld to keep it in momentarily. The Broncos did go on a change there. So we're going to have Steer pick this up. So
I got numbers coming now. 2-on-1. Oh, no, we got a guy back there. So 2-on-2.
Yep, Steer and Eichfeld and Baker into the offensive zone. And then we have Davis and Knoll back on. Knoll back. No, I think that's Zorger. Yeah, Zorger back on D. So Baker sends it over towards Davis.
Just missed on the stretch pass there. Good idea. Yeah, Davis is really deep here on the forecheck. You don't like to see your defenseman forechecking like that.
So Baker dumps it down.
Baker off, Albert on.
So the Aviators do get it out into the neutral zone. Cross pass broken up by Knoll. Zorger will collect this puck. Zorger loses his stick, but still fighting. We have Knoll there. The Aviators send it, but Davis will collect it. Davis surveying, sends it up the boards to Albert. Albert gets it into the zone. And we're going to draw a penalty.
Coming again now. Interesting. That just looked like a good bump, but I think the Aviators are going to the box again.
So it's just a little bit different game than last night.
Yeah, I want to see what he's calling here. Slash?
Tripping.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, we had a very bad angle, though, to see that, too.
So 7:29 left in the first period. We're going to be on the power play for 2 minutes. Score is still 0-0. The Aviators hit this puck hard around, but Knob will keep it in. Knob with a nice shot deflected
nice
just wide of the net.
There.
Albert tries to get it over towards Moore. Moore trying to get it centered, but it's broken up by the Aviators. Williams back on D, still fighting to keep that puck in. The puck leaks out to Moore. Moore in the center, passes it over to Rabideau with a shot just wide of the net.
Like the one-timer there from the right wing.
Williams into the middle, passes it over to Rabideau again. Rabideau with a shot blocked by the Aviators. The puck leaks up. Knob sends it back down. Williams will collect this along the board. Tries to get it towards Albert, but it gets broken up. Knob will collect
good morning,
the puck.
Jessica Zorger in the comment section. Say hello, everybody. I want to know who's watching, where are you watching from?
So the Aviators with a cross-ice pass, they have a little bit of speed into the zone. Wadzenski's putting some good pressure. Merrill sticks it to the right. Fairman picks it up behind the net and sends it up to Wadzenski. Wadzenski has some speed through the neutral zone. Changes directions, passes it towards Fairman, but it gets broken up. Davis is back on D. Nice back check by Fairman. Good block by Fairman over to Bilodeau.
Now we're coming, pass it ahead. Here we go.
Bilodeau to Fairman in the middle. Oh, just went off of the skate of Eichfeld as he tried to stay on sides. So Bilodeau breaks up that pass. Fairman will go over to collect it along the boards. Fairman passes it over towards Bilodeau. It's tipped.
No icing. Aviators about to go back to full strength.
So Fairman with that puck, but it goes out of the zone to Steer. We're back to full strength for both teams. The Broncos are going on a change. Ooh, good job by Giesman to break up that pass.
Yep. Excellent jump there, and he's keeping the puck in the zone.
We get it centered.
The Broncos are making another change there. So
ooh, that was a hard open ice hit.
Offsides is the call, so they're a big open ice hit over on the other blue line. Offsides at this blue line. 5:04 in the first, Hailee.
That score's still 0-0.
And they're not keeping the shots on goal on the scoreboard, but there hasn't been many anyway. No really good looks from either team yet.
So the Aviators have this puck behind the net. Zorger putting some pressure. The puck leaks out. Zorger skating hard to get to this puck. Giesman gets it up to Baker. Baker passes it over to Giesman. Giesman with a shot. That was a nice save by the goalie. Oh, goes behind him. Is it in?
That puck is loose.
Is it in?
And in.
It's in.
Are they calling it in?
Maybe.
No, there's no signal. No signal from the referee. So
no goal.
No goal. Oh my goodness. It looked like, and we'll see if we'll get the instant replay here. It looked like that puck hit the crossbar and was maybe headed in here. So right on the doorstep, but no goal by the Broncos. So upcoming face-off here, 4:37 in the first.
So Knob collects this puck, passes it over to Williams. Williams sends it down towards Baker. Baker to the middle to Knob. Knob passes up to Williams at the point. Williams with a shot wide of the net. Giesman picks it up behind the net. So Baker keeps that puck in momentarily before it leaks out. Baker dumps it down after the Broncos get back on sides. The Broncos are going to go on a change, so the Aviators have a little bit of room and speed. They dump it down. Merrill sheds it to his right. That'll be Moore that tries to get it up. The Aviators center, but it's broken up by Wadzenski. Bilodeau breaks that up momentarily. Moore breaks that up. Wadzenski comes away with it.
Well, 3-on-2 again for Broncos.
Oh, Bilodeau with a shot gets blocked.
It's just blocked.
Albert sends it up to the point to Steer. Steer with a shot wide of the net. Moore will collect this momentarily. Bilodeau gets it towards the middle, but we didn't have anybody there. The puck leaks out, and Steer will go back to get this puck. Changes directions behind the net. Steer with a hard pass up to Moore. Moore tips it before the Aviators gain possession of it. Good job by Bilodeau. Shot, saved by Merrill.
One of the first direct-on shots that Merrill's faced in this game. 3:03 in the first. Just not a lot of good opportunities from either team. That was one of them, though, for the Aviators.
So 3:03 left in the first period, still 0-0. So Luger with that face off, the Aviators keep it in, send it down, glove save, and covered by Merrill.
All right, a couple more comments. We actually got a YouTube comment. So Suzanne Williams, good morning, Broncos.
So Luger gets this puck off the face-off, gets it up to Rabideau. Rabideau gets it around that Aviator. Rabideau gets it into the zone. Shot just wide of the net. Fairman will go over along the far boards to get this. Luger trying to get to that puck, but the Aviators send it up and out. Davis is back, sends it over to Knoll. Knoll dumps it down after he gains the red line. The Aviators taking some time, get it up into the neutral zone. Good job by Davis to break up that play. Eichfeld gets this puck, still trying to get to that puck. So the Aviators bring it into the zone. Good poke check by Fairman. Gets it over to Eichfeld. Eichfeld dumps it down as he gets hit into the boards. The Aviators have some speed. Good poke check by Zorger.
Almost an offsides, no call though.
And Knob will get that puck, sends it up, but the Aviators still have possession and dump it down. Williams will pick this up behind the net, changes directions momentarily, and then picks it up and gets it out of the zone. Cross ice pass by the Aviators, picked up by Knob.
That dasher right here in front of us is dead. All the pucks are bouncing slow off that spot right there. That's the second time that's happened this period.
Yeah, we've had some weird bounces off.
Well, I see that long stretch pass come off, and I'm like, oh, that's going to be icing, and it's not even close.
Nope.
So, yeah, it's just not. It's probably hitting the door there, and that door's probably not bouncing.
So a little bit of a scrum behind the net.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
We have 58 seconds left in the first period. Knob comes up with this puck. Knob skating it through the neutral zone, dumps it on net, saved by the goalie. Knob still trying to get to this puck, 44 seconds left. So Giesman tries to break up that play, Moore dumps it back down. Tipped behind the net. Change in direction. Moore sends it back towards Giesman, but it gets broken up by the Aviators. Giesman sends it along the boards, 22 seconds left. Oh, they tried to get a cross ice pass, but didn't get the puck. Moore sends it back down again, 13 seconds. Aviators have behind the net, 7 seconds left. Giesman putting pressure, keeps that in, 2 seconds left. A dump down, and that should be the end of the first period. So end of the first period, score is still tied, 0-0.
All right, I'm getting the scoreboard set up here for the second period now, first intermission. So yeah, not a lot of good looks from either team, but I think the Aviators are definitely out shooting the Broncos here in the first period. They had a little bit more puck possession. Broncos just not real clean on their zone entries, making passes. They had a couple of rushes where they just couldn't, they had the right idea. They were trying to make a pass, couldn't connect on it. So I think if we clean up those zone entries, get a few more offensive opportunities. But we're still 0-0.
It's a little less physical game than yesterday,
yes,
but still physical.
And it's interesting, a couple of those penalties early by the referees, that'll set the tone, too, for the refs on how they're going to officiate the game. But yes, definitely not as physical as that. It'd be hard to be as or more physical than last night's game.
Yeah, so this is definitely a must-win game.
Yep.
The winner of this,
go home. So.
Yep. The winner of this goes to the championship game against the winner of South Pittsburgh Rebellion and Vengeance, who are playing right now over on Princegate Arena.
We got Callan Baker's grandparents in the comment section. So we got Reed's other grandma. So Grandma Gang well represented on the broadcast this morning. I appreciate all the live viewers and the comments on social media. Keep them coming. I love an interactive broadcast.
So it looks like we're going to have Fairman, Albert, Luger, Budzinski, and Steer out for the Broncos to start the second period.
Hailee and I are trying to behave ourselves. We're in enemy territory here. We're on the Aviators bleachers because that was the closest to the center ice.
So Aviators are drop pass shot, nice save by Merrill. That was a nice pass by the Aviators. Good save by Merrill. Good job by Luger to break up that play. But we're going to get a penalty. Looks like it's going to be an elbowing penalty.
Don't follow me, I'm on that 30.
So Luger's going to go to the box for 2 minutes. So we'll be on a penalty kill. So we're going to have Fairman, Wadzenski, Albert, and Steer for our penalty kill line to the left of Merrill.
All right, so I missed what the actual call was, roughing or a high elbow. Okay. Yeah, he definitely came in there with his arms up, so Broncos got to kill another penalty here.
Puck goes back to Wadzenski, who hits it high up out of the zone. Albert in pursuit of this puck. The Aviators have some speed through the neutral zone. Fairman over to put some pressure. A nice poke check to break that up. Aviators dump it behind the net. Steer sends it up along the boards. Aviators at the point. Shot deflected, blocked by Steer. Another shot saved by Merrill. Steer sends it up to Fairman. Fairman dumps it out of the zone.
Are they going to get him icing or no?
No, they waved it off.
That gave the Broncos a chance to get a line change.
So Moore will get this puck, sends it back to Wadzenski. Wadzenski up towards Eichfeld.
Definitely not icing again.
So the Aviators bring it into the neutral zone. Davis back, nice save by Merrill. Aviators dump it towards the front of the net, gets broken up. The Aviators change directions. Try to get a shot off, blocked by
That's not
Davis.
what we needed there. Now we're going to go 5-on-3 for 50 seconds. So that's tough. You know, we were letting the Aviators get into the slot a little too closer, a lot closer than you want. And I think the Broncos realized that. They said, okay, we got to start clearing them out of the slot, but with a low stick trip, this is dicey moments coming up here for the Broncos.
So Noah will go to the box for 2 minutes. We still have 50 seconds left on Luger's penalty, so 3-on-5 penalty kill. Eichfeld, Knob, and Davis. So Davis behind the net, dumps it around. Knob will go over to try to get that puck, but the Aviators set him down. The Aviators towards the middle, nice job by the Broncos to break that up. Good job by Eichfeld to get that off his skates.
Great effort.
So Knob with a poke check to break that up momentarily. He comes up with it and sends it up and down.
No icing.
So I wonder if they are
Excellent,
waving off icing for
excellent.
penalty kills, or if it was tipped. So we also have 16 seconds on the first penalty. The Aviators drop it to the point and send it down towards the middle. Knob putting that stick in there to try to break it up from the point over to the other point. Towards the middle, saved by Merrill and covered.
Right when Luger comes out of the box. So now it's just a one-man advantage for 1:10 for the Aviators.
12:41 left in the second period, still 0-0. So 4-on-5 penalty kill for 1:10. We have Giesman, Williams, Wadzenski, and Billadale. The Aviators with a shot, saved by Merrill, gets it up to Billadale. Oh, the Aviators glove it down, but Giesman does come up with it.
That probably stung a little bit.
Giesman fighting with 4 of the Aviators before he goes down. Billadale putting pressure along that puck. The Aviators will regroup, send it into the neutral zone. Drop pass over towards the boards. Wadzenski put some pressure along that puck. The Aviators pass it to the other side towards the middle. Nice job by Merrill to get that sticked up towards the blue line. Another shot wide of the net. Wadzenski hits that puck hard, but the Aviators keep it in, down, deflected wide of the net. The Aviators with that puck, 26 seconds left on the penalty kill. From the point, nice save by Merrill.
Yep, really nice save there. And that puck was coming through some traffic, so that was a nice save.
So 20 seconds left on our penalty kill, 11:51 left in the second period. So now we're going to have Davis, Steer, Fairman, and Rabideau. So Steer sends that puck up along the boards. Fairman putting some good pressure there. Puck leaks behind the net. Davis will send it around. The Aviators behind the red line there. Send it up. Dump it down along the boards. The Aviators change directions again up, but they didn't have anybody there. Rabideau will get, the Aviators do somehow keep that in. Davis breaks up that play towards the boards. Centering pass broken up by Steer. Steer still putting some pressure along with Fairman. Steer dumps it behind the net. We are back to full strength. Shot wide of the net. Baker over along the boards. Fairman to the middle. Just off of Rabideau's stick. Good job by Rabideau to break up that pass. Fairman breaks up that puck as well. Fairman centers it. Just couldn't connect.
Boy, Fairman took a big hit as he was dropping that puck down.
So the Aviators into the zone. Shot blocked by Davis. Knob will get this puck. Sends it over towards Davis.
I didn't catch if you said it, but Broncos are back at full strength.
Rabideau gets it up towards Baker. Baker out of the zone. Baker through the neutral zone before he gets hit into the boards. Offsides. Unfortunately,
Baker
Baker's
got boarded
down.
there inside the line, and the puck came back out.
So 10:18 left in the second period. Still 0-0. We're going to have Bilodeau, Luger, Moore, Williams, and Wodzinski. So Luger with the faceoff back towards Williams, but the Aviators get this into our zone. Hard pass up.
Wow.
He kind of was
Airborne
jumping
pass.
for that puck. Wodzinski has some room.
2-on-1. That's a
some good
diving
defense
save
by
to
the
block that
Aviators.
centering pass by the Aviators defenseman there.
Good job by Bilodeau to keep that puck in. He dumps it down. An easy save for that goalie.
That's okay. I mean, any sort of short hop to the goalie, making him make a tough save, even though it's not hard struck. I mean, that's okay. Could produce a rebound opportunity then.
Yeah, the bouncing pucks are sometimes hard. So the Aviators try to get it out. Williams
that
with
shot's
a
blocked
shot.
at point blank range.
Williams keeps it in. Another shot. Bilodeau fighting for the puck along the boards.
Aviators got a guy deep here.
Wodzinski's back to break up that play. Good job by Williams to break up that puck.
Just got back on his skates to get a piece of that puck.
Wodzinski's still fighting for it. The Aviators come away with it. They center it. Shot. Nice save by Merrill. Another backhanded shot save by Merrill. Puck. So a couple saves by Merrill, but then the third rebound went in.
Yeah, we couldn't clear the puck off of that left post.
So that'll put the Aviators up 1-0.
I think that was the third rebound attempt there off that post. And they just can't give up that many attempts right there, so close. All right, so Broncos needing an answer here.
So 9:11 left in the second period. Eichfeld, Zorger, Albert, Knoll, and Davis. Albert with the puck, centers it towards Zorger, but it gets broken up. Goes over towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld with a shot saved by the goalie.
All right, just under 9 minutes to play in the second frame. Like to see Broncos getting a couple more shots on goal and getting more offensive zone faceoffs too. That's a good sign.
So with another faceoff to the right of the goalie. Eichfeld gets that towards the corner. The Aviators have it along the boards, center it in the neutral zone. Davis will pick it up, changes direction, sends it up to Eichfeld. Eichfeld to Zorger in the middle. Zorger tries to get into the zone. Unfortunately, offsides.
The closer ref wasn't going to call that, but the trailing ref did call the offsides there, and it is the right call. So yeah, keep those comments coming. I'm getting all kinds of comments on social media. So we got a lot of viewers.
Oh, that's
A lot of
good.
folks tuned in here for this morning playoff game.
Love all the viewers watching us. So Giesman keeps that puck in, gets it to Fairman. Fairman to Baker in the middle, but it gets broken up. Aviators through the neutral zone. Wadzenski's back on D to break up that play and get it to Giesman. Giesman behind the net. Steer tries to get it out. The Aviators come up with it. Change directions, but it's broken up by Steer. Steer gets it to Wadzenski. Wadzenski has some speed, but the Aviators pass it into the neutral zone. Wadzenski breaks up that pass and gets it over towards Baker. The Aviators try to get it around. Good job by Wadzenski to break up that play. Steer fighting for that puck, gets it up to Fairman, who tries to get it to
Couldn't
Baker.
catch him on the pass there. Are they going to call icing? They are. So I think Baker was coming off for a change. So they weren't going to have a rush there anyway.
So 7:34 left in the second period. The Broncos are down 1-0. We're going to have Davis, Knob, Luger, Rabideau, and Bilodeau. So Luger with the faceoff goes over to Davis. Davis gets the puck up to Rabideau. Rabideau up, but the Aviators keep it in and dump it down. Knob over on the far side. Comes up with this puck, gets it to Bilodeau. Bilodeau gets it out of the zone and dumps it before he gets hit into the boards. And that'll be icing.
Again, so yeah, Aviators definitely getting more zone time than the Broncos right now. So we had some nice good pushes early in this period, but yeah, now it's been kind of all Aviators in our zone.
So the Aviators, oh, I thought that leaked out.
No, I mean, that was right on the line, but yeah, it's probably the right call.
You have to also think about endurance and stamina, third game of the weekend. Fourth game.
Yeah,
That's right,
yes.
fourth game.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Played a lot of hockey.
Yeah, so both teams are probably
24
tired.
hours between game 2 and 3, but only 12 here between 3 and 4.
So Davis with this puck. Gets it into the neutral zone. Davis has some speed. Hits it over along the boards before he goes down. The Aviators dump it down. No icing.
We're giving them that NHL distance to the red line before they dump it down.
So Knob up along the boards. The Aviators with a shot blocker saved by Merrill. Aviators send it up to the point. Another shot blocked by Davis.
Ooh.
Knob gets that puck up towards Eichfeld.
And Davis took that to the midsection.
Yep. Bilodeau dumps it down before he'll go on a change. The Aviators cross ice pass into the neutral zone. The Aviators dump it down behind the net. Wadzenski's there to pick up the puck. Sends it up to Eichfeld along the boards.
There you go.
Eichfeld
Move
to
it
Baker.
forward. Good.
Baker dumps it down. Moore putting some pressure along that puck. Eichfeld breaks up that play momentarily. Moore sends it to Knoll. Knoll dumps it back down. The Aviators do get it up and out. Wadzenski will collect the puck. Changes directions again. Wadzenski still with this puck. Gets it into the zone. Shot, but it goes wide of the net. Couldn't get a good angle on that. Wadzenski sends it behind the net. Moore will try to get to that puck. Eichfeld in assistance.
Yeah.
Moore goes down.
Well, that last hit was a bit much. I'd probably get a roughing call coming here. 5:15 in the second. Broncos going on the power play.
So hopefully we can take advantage of this power play and get up on the board. So 5:15 left in the second period. Broncos are down 1-0. We have Giesman, Albert, Zorger, Davis, and Steer. shot by Davis, blocker saved by a goalie. Giesmans with the puck, sends it up to the point to Steer. Steer over to Davis. Davis with a shot blocked by the Aviators. The Aviators send this around. Steer is there to keep it in. Steer with a shot. The Aviators get this out. Davis in a foot race. Ooh, the puck is still loose. So kind of went off of Davis's stick right to Merrill. Puck's still loose, but Davis does pick it up. They're calling no ice. Oh. Looks like one called no icing, one called icing.
There was almost a little bit of indecision there because this forward ref pointed because it is the back ref's call, and he didn't call it initially, but then he did. So 1:19 remaining on the power play, but we got a defensive zone faceoff coming up.
So we're gonna have Knob, Wadzinski, Fairman, or Rabideau, and Bilodeau. So Knob sends this to Wadzinski behind the net up towards Bilodeau. Aviators with a shot deflected out by Knob. Knob sends it around towards Fairman along the boards. Fairman has some room. Oh, good cross ice pass, but it gets broken up. Fairman over to Bilodeau. Bilodeau with a shot, saved by the goalie. Knob will get to this puck, sends it up to Rabideau. We have 51 seconds left on our power play. So Knob will go back and get this puck behind the net. Sends it up to Wadzinski, who tips it down.
Icing.
That'll be icing. So 33 seconds left on our power play. 3:47 left in the second period. We have Moore, Eichfeld, Steer, Baker, and Knoll. So Knoll dumps it high up towards Moore, but the Aviators keep it
Probably
in.
didn't have to do that. It was a very light forecheck by the Aviators because they're on a PK.
Aviators with a shot saved by Merrill. Knoll sends that up, but the Aviators keep it in. Moore with this puck, gets it over to Steer. Steer tries to get over to Eichfeld, but didn't quite get enough on that. Steer up, and we do get it out. The Aviators try to send it down, but didn't get much on that. Moore up to Eichfeld. Eichfeld breaks up that play. So Eichfeld coming in hard for that puck as well. Moore along the boards, dumps it down, and we're back to full strength for both teams.
Yeah, Aviators back at full strength.
So Knoll trying to get this puck up, but the Aviators send it back down. Moore sends it over towards the board before the Aviators dump it down. Steer with the puck. Oh, the Aviators are in a change. The Broncos have some advantage. Steer skating hard, gets it around that one player. Unfortunately, he ran out of some real estate there. Trying to center, but it goes off the side of the net. Ooh, good job by Zorger to break up that play.
They're tied up. They're tied up over there on the boards.
They couldn't untangle each other for a minute there. So the Aviators from the point. Nice job by Wadzinski to break up that play. Good defense there. Zorger sends it towards Wadzinski. Wadzinski behind the net to Albert. Albert up to the point to Knob. Knob with a shot. Ooh, just wide of the net. Wadzinski over from the boards, blocked by the Aviators. Zorger fighting for that puck along the boards. Luger will send it up to Knob at the point. Knob with another shot, saved by the goalie, bounces out. The Aviators dump it down.
Should be icing.
And it is icing.
1:24 to play in the second. Finally, some good deep shots by the Broncos, but still need to get at some of those rebounds. I mean, we had some people in the vicinity. I love the low to high puck action, though, Hailee. That's what you want.
Yep.
Yeah, those
Then
deep
pass it
shots
up
will
to your
produce
point.
rebounds. So.
So Giesman, Fairman, Billadou, Davis. Oh, nice shot by Fairman. Saved by goalie. Knoll sends it up, but unfortunately goes onto the Broncos bench.
Boy, Fairman let go of one there from the right wing.
Yeah, it was a nice shot.
We do have the goalie cam. I just haven't had a reason to use it yet.
So the Aviators do get this up and out of the zone. Davis will get this puck, sends it over towards Fairman. Fairman poke checks it towards Giesman and Billadou. Ooh, unfortunately we got to get back on the sides. So they must be doing delayed offsides again. Davis tries to get it up, but it gets blocked by the Aviators. Davis sends it around, but it gets blocked, saved by Merrill. Fairman gets it around that one player, gets it around that player again. Oh, unfortunately went off the skates, but he is
Just
sticking
too
with
much
it.
traffic there.
So the Aviators dump it back to slow it down. They pass it hard into the neutral zone. Davis is there to get that puck over to Fairman. Fairman towards Billadou. Billadou tries to get it up to Fairman, but it goes off the skates. Giesman does get it into the zone.
Yeah, it's very smart by the Aviators just to dump one deep because Fairman was lurking on the forecheck here.
So that'll be the end of the second period.
All right.
So end of the second period, the Aviators are up 1-0. Thank you everybody who's tuning in and watching.
Yeah, this has been a hard-fought game. Really hard-fought, low scoring. Yeah, it's all going to come down to who's going to get opportunities here in the third, because there will be opportunities. So,
Finally gotten some shots off.
I got tons of comments here in the comments section. Facebook and YouTube, it's great. Coach Burt left in a hurry, I'm not sure.
He had to go get another stick, I think.
Oh.
Somebody
okay.
must need a stick.
It better not be Reed.
I know you don't want to lose
Just-
two in the same
Just
weekend.
bought him one yesterday. Oh, it's a goalie stick. Okay.
Oh no. And this is why I tell him to
so
always bring extra sticks.
So it just went from my worry to your worry.
Yes, to
here.
my worry. He always yells at me. He's like, "Mom, why do I have to bring two sticks?" This is why.
All right, but yes, I mean, just to further highlight the fact that we did not get many shots in the slot, even in the second period. I didn't switch to the goalie cam once. You know, we just didn't have the puck there, except for those deep shots, and they didn't produce any rebounds. So yeah, we just need to get a little bit higher quality looks offensively, and we gotta keep it out of our zone a little more too. I mean, the Aviators still winning on the possession, time of possession in the zone, on my unofficial stats in my brain. So nothing official on that. That's just what I think.
Yeah, I feel the same way too. So we're gonna have Eichfeld, Baker, Rabideau, Wadzenski, and Steer to start the third period. So the Aviators bring it into the zone. Good poke check by Wadzenski. The Aviators do go back and collect it though. Along the board, broken up by Baker. Baker comes away with the puck, sends it towards Eichfeld in the middle. Eichfeld gets it out of the zone. Unfortunately, the Aviators poke check that back down. Steer trying to break up that play. Centering pass couldn't connect. Eichfeld put some pressure. Aviators send it up along the board. Good job by Steer to break that up. Wadzinski will go behind the net. Ooh, loses a little bit of ground there.
Caught up on the boards over there.
Wadzenski sends it around to Eichfeld. Eichfeld to Baker. Baker into the zone, but it gets broken up by the Aviators. Knob will collect this puck, sends it up to Rabideau. The Aviators dump it back down to Davis behind the net. Davis has some room along the boards. Davis into the offensive zone. Davis with the backhanded shot saved by the goalie. Luger with the rebound shot saved by the goalie. Good check by Luger. Knob will go back and collect this. Knob through the neutral zone with a shot saved by the goalie. Knob picks up his rebound.
Way out to save that puck.
Knob up to Zorger in the middle there. Couldn't quite get the shot off. Too many Aviators there to break it up. Moore sends it back down. The Aviators dump it up and out. Knob was going on a change, but then decided not to. Merrill leaves it for Knob.
Aviators not coming in here on a forecheck.
Knob sends it up to Moore. Ooh, the ref right in the way there. The Aviators cross ice pass into the neutral zone. The Aviators with a shot wide of the net. Zorger over along the boards before he gets hit. Williams with a hit to break up that play. Williams still fighting for that puck. We got bodies going down. Zorger's trying to get that puck too, along with Fairman. We do finally get the puck up towards the point, but the Aviators keep it in and send it down. Goes to the other side of the net. Williams dumps it behind the net. Zorger sends it around. Moore over along the boards. Knoll sends it up.
Yeah, we got a foot race.
So Fairman will go over along the boards. Picks up the puck, centers it. The Aviators pick this up. Bildu putting some pressure, breaks up that play momentarily. Albert there sends it to Fairman. Fairman to the middle towards Bildu, but couldn't get a shot. Steer with a shot high over the net. Wadzinski will pick this up at the point. Wadzinski sends it over towards Albert. Albert tried to get a shot off. Ooh, the Aviators have 2-on-1.
Got to get back here to stop this 2-on-1.
Oh, thankfully they couldn't connect on that pass. Fairman breaks up that play with a good hit. Oh.
Yeah, they're going to get him on a low hit there.
Shut up!
11:33 in the third. Broncos going back on the PK. All right,
So we're going to have Eichfeld, Huseman, Davis, and Knob on our penalty kill. 11:33 left in the third period. We're still down 1-0. The Aviators leak the puck out, have to get back on sides.
Oh boy, it didn't look like they got all the way on sides, but no call.
Wonder if they're still doing the delayed offsides.
Yeah, maybe. Don't know.
I don't know. Every game is different. So Davis up towards Eichfeld. Knob will pick this up, sends it up off the glass. And they're calling off, so maybe it is no icing on penalty kills.
Maybe.
Eichfeld putting some pressure.
Yeah, but not too much pressure. He knows he can't take a penalty here. We're shorthanded, so that's good. Good
So
restraint.
Have a minute 19 left on our penalty. So the Aviators dump it down behind the net. Knob will pick this up, sends it hard around the boards, and gets it out of the zone. The Aviators have to regroup. Pass the D to D. Good pressure by Biladu. Oh, the puck's still sitting there. The Aviators bring it into the zone, dump it down behind the net. We have 50 seconds left on the penalty. Davis picks this up, dumps it towards Wadzinski. Wadzinski gets tied up. Davis sends it up. The Aviators pick up the puck, send it cross ice. Billadu's there to poke check it back down.
29 more seconds before Fairman's out of the box.
Aviators to the opposite boards, broken up by Rabideau. Rabideau brings it around, off the dasher. Cross ice pass by the Aviators, who dump it down. The Aviators, I'm putting a lot of pressure on this puck. Wadzinski sends it towards Rabideau, but the Aviators keep it in at the point.
Fairman's coming out of the box, and
Shot
he's going to join the fray right away.
Aviators with another shot wide of the net. Another shot broken up by Fairman. Fairman has some speed. Poke check by the Aviators. Rabideau putting some pressure along with Billadou, but the Aviators do get it out. The Aviators into the zone. Aviators with shot saved by Merrill. Steer tries to send it
Oh,
up.
Fairman's coming back the other way again.
Oh, poke check again by the Aviators. Billadou keeps that in. Aviators dump it down. And that'll be icing.
Oh, is it icing? Okay. And Fairman came in there twice and puck poked away both times.
So we have 8:50 left in the third period. The score is still 1-0 in favor of the Aviators. Eichfeld, Baker, Zorger, Williams, and Knoll. So the puck goes up. Williams tries to keep it in, but it does leak out. The Aviators putting some pressure. The Broncos do get it up to Zorger. Zorger tries to get it up to Eichfeld. The Aviators pass it cross ice. Poke check by Zorger and Baker. Knoll sends it up to Zorger. Zorger sends it towards the middle. Broken up by the Aviators. Aviators in the middle. Broncos putting some pressure. So we were trying to clear that puck out, but Aviators had possession in front of the net, shot and in.
Well, I don't know how that found the left side of the net, but there was so much traffic there.
So 8:19 left in the third period. The Aviators are now up 2-0.
Yep. Broncos really needing an answer now. Can't let this one get away at this point.
So we're going to have Moore, Albert, Giesman, Knob, and Wadzenski. So the Aviators dump it down. Wadzenski towards Giesman. Giesman's still fighting for the puck. The Aviators come away with it. The Aviators up along the board.
Okay. All right, we'll take the offensive zone face-off. We get to move it all the way back to their zone with no time running off the clock as well. So that's always a good thing.
So we're going to have Fairman, Eichfeld, Billadou, Wadzenski, and Knob out there. So the Aviators dump it out of their zone. Knob will go back to collect it. Knob sends it hard around the boards. Fairman picks this up, gets it towards Eichfeld. Fairman there, Eichfeld trying to stay on. Oh.
Yeah.
I think the Broncos were confused by the delayed offsides. Shot saved by Merrill out to the corner. Davis to Billadou. Billadou up to Fairman. Fairman trying to get over and around that player. Davis will pick up this puck.
This puck forward.
Davis into the zone. Broken up by the Aviators who send it out. Knoll will go back to collect it. Knoll sends it up to Eichfeld. Eichfeld trying to get around that player. The Aviators with a shot wide of the net. Bounces behind the net. Knoll will pick this up. The Aviators send it up and keep it in. A shot from the point. Blocker saved by Merrill. The Aviators send it back up towards the point. Another shot high over the net. Eichfeld will hit it up.
Yeah, he's gonna rip one hard out of the zone. We'll take the icing. He needed a change there. Defenseman needed a change too. And a long shift.
So 6:26 left in the third period. We're still down 2-0. Williams, Steer, Rabideau, Baker, and Zorger. Rabideau with the face-off goes to Baker. Baker gets his stick.
Interesting. Yeah,
So we're going to get a slashing against the
really
Aviators.
Fortunate call for the Broncos there. So, given some of the plays in this game, that could have gone as a no call easily. So Broncos going back to the power play.
So 2 minutes up on the power play clock, 6:21 left in the third period. Baker, Billadu, Zorger, Wadzinski, and Steer. So the puck's still kind of sitting there. The Aviators do send it
They
down.
split our defenseman pretty nicely there with what would have been a really good puck in curling.
So Zorger passes it over to Baker. Baker and Steer. Steer with a shot just wide of the net. The Aviators send it around. The Aviators do get out of the zone. Thankfully, it gets caught up in their feet. Rabideau drops it back to Wadzinski. Wadzinski around, shot. Nice save by that goalie. So Merrill will play this behind the net, sends it up to Steer. The Aviators pick this up, center it, but nobody was there. Aviators send it back behind the net. I think that Zorger picks it up, gets it towards the middle. Baker will bring it into the zone. The puck leaks out. Wadzinski sends it back towards Davis. Davis over to Wadzinski. Wadzinski up the
Great
boards
leave
to
ahead of
Fairman.
Fairman here, left wing.
Ooh, Fairman gets around that player who tries to center it, but it gets poke checked. Davis with the puck. Surveying, has a little bit of room. Oh, drop passes it for Fairman. Fairman with a shot blocked by the Aviators. So Luger sends it down to Fairman. Up to Luger. Luger over to Davis. Davis with a shot. Goes around the boards.
10
will
more
pick
seconds
this-
on the
Sorry, that
power
was
play.
Knob that, I think, passed it.
Broncos hurry here and get one more shot in with the advantage.
So, oh, Fairman's stick got hung up there.
Yeah, they're going to get a call here too. So interesting. Right when the Aviators got back to full strength, that player lost his stick and they got tied up on Fairman's stick. So they're going to get a holding call. So Broncos going right back on the power play with only 4:19 left. I mean, we got to connect on one of these. We got to make good on one of these power plays. Get back in this
Definitely.
game.
So the Broncos called a timeout. So we're gonna have a timeout. Since this is a semifinal game, each team gets a timeout. We have 4:19 left in the third period. The Aviators are still up 2-0. Hopefully the Broncos can regroup and get some points up on the board off of this power play.
First things first, you got to make good on this power play. If we get within one, I'm energized. But it all starts with getting that first one.
Yep.
So I think another reason, not only setting up a play here on the power play, but another reason is with the power play coming up, coaches wanted to give some of those players who were already on the ice a little rest before they're going to come out on the power play line as well.
Yeah, it's been a long weekend, lots of hockey. I'm sure they're a little bit tired.
Yeah, appreciate all the live viewers tuning in all weekend as Broncos finding themselves in a hole here. Hopefully we can claw back into this thing. So we want to keep playing this weekend.
Yeah, definitely want to get to that championship game.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's actually keeping the timer here on this time. They're both teams just waiting for a whistle. You know,
Yeah.
they're just waiting for a whistle. And they're like,
We're going
"All
to
right."
keep talking, keep doing our thing until...
Yeah. All right, so we're going to see who's coming out here on the power play line. Once again, a must-have here for the Broncos.
So we have Eichfeld, Fairman, Billadu, Wadzinski, and Davis for our power play line. 4:19 left in the third period. We're down 2-0. We'll face off to the right of the goalie. So shot by Eichfeld. Eichfeld will go collect this puck. Back to Fairman. Fairman surveying, gets it to Wadzenski. Wadzenski with a shot saved. Oh, we didn't have anybody there to get the rebound. Davis will pick up this puck. Sends it over to Wadzenski. Passing over to Davis. Davis into the zone. Davis centers it. Eichfeld tries to connect, but it gets broken up. Wadzenski tries to get it back down, goes up to Bilodeau at the point. Bilodeau towards Fairman. Fairman with the backhanded shot just wide of the net. Eichfeld will pick up this puck. Eichfeld tries to center, but it gets blocked by the Aviators. Eichfeld back to Wadzenski along the boards.
All right, good patience here, good patience.
Wadzenski tries to get a shot off. It was hard enough to get that stick knocked out of the Aviators' hands. The Aviators dump it down. So we have 57 seconds left in our power play. 3:13 left in the third period. Bilodeau sends it to Fairman. Fairman around that player. Gets taken away by the Aviators. Merrill will go to play this puck. Sends it to Knob. Knob hard pass over towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld has to regroup a moment, drops it for Giesman. Giesman tries to get a shot off, but didn't get much on that. The Aviators do get it out. Steer back on D, sends it up at the Aviators, dump it down. Merrill has to play this, sends it to Steer. Steer through the middle, but too much traffic. The Aviators get this puck into the neutral zone and dump it down after the game.
The Aviators back at full strength. Coming up on 2 minutes to play.
Knob sends it hard around the boards. Steer will send it up towards Moore. Steer with this puck, dumps it down. Giesman along the boards. The Aviators send it up, and now we have 1:51 left. The Aviators hit it high up and into the neutral zone. The Aviators at the point, gets broken up. Giesman comes away with it, sends it over to Bilodeau. Bilodeau into the zone, shot, deflected, saved by the goalie. Bilodeau still putting pressure along that puck. Baker, Rabideau, Wadzenski, and Davis are in. Goes up to the point, Davis over towards Wadzenski, but it gets picked off by the Aviators. The Aviators have some speed. Ooh, we're gonna get a tripping.
Yeah, that's just really tough. I mean, there's just a terrible break at the blue line. Both defensemen out of position at that point. I mean, you kind of had to commit that penalty.
Yeah.
Just no choice. But
So
just not the break we needed either.
Yeah, so we're going on the penalty kill for 2 minutes. Well, for the rest of the game, 1:22 left in the third period. We're still down 2-0. We have Eichfeld, Baker, Knoll, and Bilodeau. So Bilodeau sends it up. The Aviators keep it in, pass it to the other point. Shot saved by Merrill and covered. So again, the Aviators like to shoot from the point. 1:15 left in the third period. So Knoll's coming out. We have Bilodeau, Knob, Davis, and Baker. So Bilodeau sends it down. The Aviators will send it behind the net. Knob will put some pressure along that puck, but the Aviators get it out. Rabideau tries to break up that play. We have an empty net and score.
Yep, as soon as they pulled Merrill, they pushed the puck back to the other end and put in the empty netter.
So empty net goal with 53.5 seconds left. That'll put the Aviators up 3-0.
I mean, you can't. I mean, you just got to pick your time to pull them, and it was just here again, just not the breaks we needed. So yeah, nothing going the Broncos' way here late in this game.
Yeah. So Williams with this puck to Eichfeld up, but the Aviators pick that off. Williams will go back to collect this puck. Sends it to Moore. Moore through the middle, gets broken up by the Aviators with a shot saved by Merrill.
30 seconds. Wow.
So Noel sends us up, the Aviators, with another shot saved by Merrill. 24.7 seconds left in the third period. We're still on the penalty kill. Got a new line coming out. Steer, Moore, Eichfeld, Knob, and Robert. So shot wide of the net. So the puck leaks up to the point. Moore breaks up that play, 12 seconds left. Oh no, we're not on the penalty kill anymore because of that goal. And that'll be the end of the game.
Yeah, thank you to all the live viewers tuning in all weekend. Unfortunately, Broncos weekend is over. 2 hard-fought games here to close it out.
So, unfortunately, a 3-0 loss for the Broncos with that last empty net goal, but a well-played, hard-fought weekend.
Yep, yeah, it was a lot of fun watching this group of players come together, though, and play this tournament.
Yep, and it's been a fun season for the Broncos. This is the last tournament for the spring season Broncos. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in and watching us this spring. We'll have a little bit of time off before regular season starts up again.
Yeah, actually going to take some summer.
Yeah, some time to